This is part 2 of our anime recap for Love After World Domination. The story continues as Daigo collapses when he hears Desumi's name. When asked about it, Daigo tells Fudo about their past. 10 years prior, Daigo was a pupil in a karate academy until Desumi arrived one day, where he discovered how absurdly powerful she truly was. Sometime later, Daigo's master closed the academy after Desumi defeated him. Daigo then offered to train her. However, despite Desumi's respect for him, he had to train hard just to remain alive. Daigo requested one final battle after Desumi finally becomes of age. After she defeated him, he left her. Back in the present, Daigo expresses his desire to enlist Desumi into the Gelato 5. During an outing, Fudo presents Desumi to Daigo. While she's happy to see Daigo again, she declines his offer. Seeing how Desumi acts with Fudo, Daigo believes love has made her weak and challenges her once again. He tells her that she will leave Fudo and join the Gelato 5 if he wins, prompting Desumi to beat the Giga weakling instantly. Later, while walking home, Desumi feels uncomfortable that the Gelato 5 already knows of their romance, and advises Fudo to keep their guard up. Then, unbeknownst to them, a mysterious girl captures them on camera. Fudo then receives a picture of him and Desumi. Meanwhile at school, Desumi is teased by a girl named Hojo. That night, Fudo meets with the mysterious sender of the picture, who turns out to be Hojo. She threatens to blackmail him if he does not break up with Desumi. Hojo then attempts to have him kiss her hand, but she runs away out of embarrassment. Once Desumi is informed of the situation, she reaches to the conclusion that the girl loves Fudo. However, the next day, he kindly rejects Hojo. She then reveals that she's actually in love with Desumi. After Hojo explains how she and Desumi first met, Fudo commends her for her godlike taste. Afterwards, Hojo leaves, as is it revealed that she is actually the masked heat princess. Sometime later, Fudo agrees to tutor Arisugawa, and Desumi tags along. They study in Desumi's room, but they only succeed in confusing her with their unusual methods. After Arisugawa leaves, Fudo reveals to Desumi that he intends to become a teacher. As such, she states her desire to study with him, wanting to be a witness to his journey. Unfortunately, their moment is interrupted by the arrival of Desumi's father. Desumi's father, a former Gekko soldier, chastises her for declining her promotion. When Fudo comes to her defense, he is silenced by Urami. Desumi's father tells her that she must devote herself to Gekko after she finishes high school, but Fudo tells him that she desires to go to university. Fudo gets Desumi's father approval after he commends his skill to be defeated spectacularly. He then leaves, agreeing to postpone the matter. Sometime later, Urami remembers the moment she began admiring Desumi. As Desumi tours Urami around Gekko headquarters, Urami gets disheartened when Desumi is friendly with her coworkers. During a shopping trip, a disappointed Urami leaves Desumi. Meanwhile, in a corner, she remembers how much her family told her about Desumi's success as a member of Gekko when she was little. It's revealed she finally came out of her room when she heard of Desumi's promotion, expressing her desire to be just like her. Back in the present, Urami is approached by some thugs, but Desumi deals with them spectacularly. Desumi then tells Urami to find love, explaining that it's needed to become stronger. She then finally accepts who Desumi is now, but continues to disapprove of Fudo. The next day, Desumi briefs Fudo about her high school's culture festival, including an event called the Kokite Moon, which is said to create lifelong couples out of people who have their picture taken on it. As such, they resolve to go together. Fudo then attends the festival, but is quickly recognized and swarmed by students while carrying Ajino on his shoulders. Meanwhile, Desumi is constantly harassed by Hojo, all while Beast is patrolling the school. However, Desumi and Fudo manage to meet in a haunted house, but their moment is again quickly ruined by Beast. Once the Kokite Moon is unveiled, Desumi and Fudo rush to its location. Desumi also finally manages to get rid of Hojo when she sets her up to fight with the Blood Princess. She then reunites with Fudo, who is left alone when Ajino chases after Beast. With only 5 minutes left, they begin losing hope. However, when they see Steel was fooled by a student wearing a costume similar to Culver and Bear, they switch into their respective outfits, and people confuse them as cosplayers. As such, they succeed in having their picture taken, promising to live to see their relationship be accepted by everyone. The quiet Judgment Princess always tries to avoid social interactions. As such, Desumi tricks her into attending a sleepover with the other princesses in her room. They eat takoyaki, watch movies, and mess around. They then talk about romance and Judgment asks about what love is. She then teases Desumi when she detects that she is in love. That night, Desumi thanks Judgment for coming, and she admits she had a good time. Sometime later, Desumi and Fudo hang out in a snowy refuge, and Fudo tells her of a book signing event for his new book. However, she catches a cold and is then cared for by the Blood Princess. Beast then also rushes to save her, as she tells Steel how blood brainwashes her patients into acting as babies. They find Desumi dressed as one, and they are both captured when they try to save her. When Fudo infiltrates the school, he finds Desumi in this state. Embarrassed, he reads her his book, which snaps her back to normal. He then tearily tells her that nobody came to his event, so Desumi excitedly receives his first autograph. Meanwhile, Blood holds Beast and Steel hostage, treating them as babies as well. Fast forward to when Fudo tells Desumi that he has been hired to appear in a wedding commercial, which includes a cake-cutting scene with a famous idol. When she tells him that he cannot accept the role, he accuses her of being selfish. Once she leaves, Arisugawa makes Fudo understand the pain Desumi is feeling. Elsewhere, Bossor showcases the ultimate phantom, a monster created from negative energy. The phantom turns out to be too strong as it absorbs the powers of those it consumes. After it escapes, the phantom attacks the chute, and while Fudo gets everyone to safety, a cake he made for Desumi is sadly destroyed. The rest of Gelato 5, Beast, and Steel then try to fight the phantom, but to no avail. Big Gelato then explains to Fudo that the only way to defeat the phantom is by combining the Gelato 5 weapons into one sword, the Gelato Claymore. When Desumi arrives, she finds Fudo's cake. Desumi then helps him hold the claymore, and together, they manage to slice the phantom. Afterwards, the phantom is reduced to a baby, and Desumi attacks Fudo again to keep their ruse going when they are suddenly interviewed, promising to see each other once again.